This week on Viewing Gods, we talk about how Jesus dies. Hello, welcome
it's not how you think.
It's not. Yeah, it's not on the cross or anything. What a start. Welcome to Viewing Gods, number one American Gods fan podcast. I don't know really know. We're going to talk about this week's episode. I can't remember what the title is. I forgot to write it down. Whoops-a-daisy. It has Jesus in it though, and it's episode 6.
Gracias. ¿Cómo tu nombre?
Tú ya conoces mi nombre.
A proper coming to America, not a fake coming to America.
Yeah.
Like the last couple of weeks, we've had cop-outs to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
We've had other sorts of shit. This week, we actually see the guy writing in his book again, coming to America. And we go and we meet a bunch of Mexicans, I suppose. By the way, illegal immigrants. By the way, when you watched this, did you have subtitles for what the fuck they were saying?
I did.
I did not, because Amazon Prime Video just didn't want to work for me, apparently. So I had no idea what the fuck that lady was saying. I presume it was something about pray to Jesus to help them cross this.
Basically, she said the river's strong because it rains earlier in the day. Anyone who can't swim gets left behind, and as he's like the other Sheila leaves that guy behind, and then he ends up going in the water anyway.
Oh. Why was he supposed to stay behind?
Because I assume he couldn't swim.
Oh. That would explain. I thought he was just scared to cross, getting shot or something on the way. I was like, oh, they're about to just get shot out in the water. Anyway, so they get a whole bunch. They pray. They go across. They get across. The one guy's like, I found land. Woo, America. And then the guy who at the back starts drowning, and then Jesus saves him. Well, Mexican
Jesus.
Jesus. It's interesting. I googled after. Apparently, there was an interview where I can't remember if it was Brian Fuller or someone was saying that they'll have like different versions of Jesus in the show. Yeah. And I also looked up because I wanted to know for myself before even asking you today. I just wanted to know that apparently Jesus wasn't even in the book. He's mentioned, but not actually in it. So
no, he is.
What? Well, my Google search was wrong then.
Yeah. Fuck Google. Fuck you, Zuckerberg.
Well, what Jesus is it? Like typical.
It's just white Jesus. They don't go into the different ethnicities of Jesus in the book.
So that must be because we already know that they're going to have a different guy play Jesus. From fucking Lost. I can't remember the actor's name, but dude from Lost is going to play Jesus later in the season.
Sawyer dude.
No, it's not that guy. It's a different guy.
The Hobbit.
Nonetheless, it's not one of the original cast members. It's like one of the ones that come in later.
Oh, I don't know them.
So they're committing to pissing people off by just having a bunch of different Jesuses and like basically saying everyone has their own and there's not one version of Jesus.
Wednesday alludes to it a couple episodes ago.
And then fucking Leprechaun Man starts speaking about it later anyway. So, interesting. Nonetheless, but there's also more to this, which is that, of course, then a bunch of gun-toting Americans show up and just start shooting the fuck out of them. But the more important part to point out is the fact that they were shooting them with guns that have, like, religious symbols and quotes and, like, typical Christian crap written all over them.
I think the rifle had a crucifix and Jesus God walks with me or something. Yeah. And he was holding a crucifix in his, like a rosary beads in his hand too.
Yeah. So it just kind of shows the like, it's like symbolic. It's like hypocrisy to the maximum of them like doing what they think is right and the thing, and then I don't know. It's like it's all about a bunch of symbolism because of course
the main tenement of Jesus is love one another.
Yeah.
Shoot one another.
Yeah. So it's like these people come across and it's like, well, if Jesus was real, what would he want you to do? Wouldn't he want you to help these people? But instead they just slaughtered the people.
Yeah.
Which is...
America.
America, fuck yeah, shooting
Trump's
guns
America.
left, right, and center. Trump's America, build a wall. Jesus can't climb walls. Da 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 da.
See,
Jesus
those
can only
people,
walk on
those
water.
people would have been dead if there was a wall.
Yeah, I know. It's like Trump's got it all figured out. They
He
can't.
does. He's saving lives.
He's basically in that case, he probably Jesus would have lived if there was a wall there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Trump saved Jesus.
Trump saved Mexican Jesus. Good job, Trump. You dickhead. Anyway, so that was I enjoyed this week's Coming to America one because it was
So did I.
unlike last week's. I could understand what the
And it was out of left
symbolism
field
and
too because
stuff
it
like
wasn't
that.
in the books either.
No, it wasn't. Well, there you go. Well, no, yeah, because you said they didn't have Mexican
Yeah.
Jesus in the book. So, by the way, it's funny because I looked up after. I'm like, I wonder if they just write like Mexican Jesus or like Espanol Jesus or so something like that in
Yeah.
like the credits, and it's just like that's Jesus, and then another guy will play him and it'll just be like that's Jesus too, and then if they do a different version,
Is he
that's
Jesus or Jesus?
No, it's Jesus. It's just Jesus. Just said, "Hey, Jesus."
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Alright, so getting into the actual episode. They're walking down the highway again and escaping from tree monster. Still don't know what
Yeah.
the fuck that thing is, actually.
Mr. Wood.
Mr. Wood. Is that the official fucking name?
Yeah.
Okay. They're escaping from Mr. Wood.
See, in the books, there was Mr. World, which is like the leader, and then they had all these his other subordinates, which were like in the book they're like G-men, like Men in Black type things.
Mm-hmm.
And there's Mr. Wood, Mr. Stone, Mr. Town, Mr. Road, and all that. But obviously they've changed it for the show.
So, okay. So why is he attacking if Mr. World was like, we're going to let him go? Why the fuck is the tree man attacking? Okay, well, fair enough. Yeah, I don't
Because
really
they
know.
changed it for no reason.
Anyway, so they go back to the hotel because basically Shadow mentions that his girlfriend's back to life.
Yeah.
Wife's back to life. Even though Wednesday
Probably
already
knew.
knew this. He knew
Yeah.
this. He was just like waking it all along. Also, when Wednesday, the only part that annoyed me is when Shadow's finally like, "Who are you?" and Wednesday's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, you wouldn't believe me if I told you." It's like, can you just
It was like
not spit
Marilyn
it out?
Monroe just fucking floated into the room.
Yeah, Marilyn Monroe just, how the fuck are you floating? but don't explain that you're fucking God of Thunder. So
That's the
Wednesday doesn't want him to see his wife. I'm not really sure why. I mean,
yeah.
is it just because like he wants him for himself? I suppose that's all I could figure out.
I
I'm like,
assume so. Yeah.
if the wife's back in the picture, then he's getting cock blocked. Or
It is
God
alluded
blocked.
to in the book, but I don't know if his motivations are the same.
Yeah, maybe that. Well, I suppose I'll have to get there eventually. They're all going to meet up eventually, I presume.
Yeah.
So they go back to the hotel. They think that she's just chucked the schizo and like bashed the place up. When
Yeah.
we all know that she was actually having a fight, and
Yeah.
then was announced dead
With
and then broke
the
out.
leprechaun.
With the leprechaun, who is fucking great this episode. We'll get to him in a moment.
We will.
But then he's very quickly like, "Oh, your wife, yeah, she's gone.
Yeah.
You know, she might have turned up. She might have already disappeared again. Like she might have
Yeah.
achieved her what she needed to do on Earth by coming back to life, which was to say goodbye to you. And maybe that's it. Maybe she's gone
Yeah.
now. And that was your one time together. Get in the car. Let's fucking go."
Yeah,
But
he's
then,
like,
of
get in the
course,
car, we're going.
yeah, get in the car, we're going. Because fucking crows, once again, I'm pretty, like, I was like, what are they on about? Are they saying, like, Mr. World's coming? Like, who are they saying
Yeah.
is coming? And then, but when they drive off, you see her come running around the corner. So
Yeah.
they're obviously like, she's coming!
Yeah.
Dead wife! Dead wife's coming. That's officially her name now. Like I can't after he says it so much, I can't. She doesn't have a real name. Laura? No, dead wife.
Yeah,
Dead
Laura,
wife.
man, yeah. Dead
wife. Hey, dead wife. Hey, dead wife.
Dead wife. You cunt.
So they take off, and as soon as she starts running behind him, he turns the fucking radio up. So yeah, he really doesn't want her to catch up to them at all.
Interfering with his plans.
Yeah, interfering with his plans for Shadow, which, I mean, we don't really even know what his plans for Shadow are. It's just like, come along now, sir. Help me do this. Because he's not even driving. That's the other thing. It's like,
yeah, no,
hired
you
to drive me around.
Drive.
Yeah, and then he's just sitting in the passenger seat. Yeah, he's driven like once in the first episode, I think, and that was it.
That's right,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, good job, everyone, I guess. I also want to point out Easter egg, because, Dead Wife goes to the police station to try and find a car. They don't have a car.
She doesn't go to the police station.
Or, the lockup.
The reception. No, she goes to the reception of the motel.
Okay, the reception of the motel. Well, the guy sitting at the things reading a John Grimshaw, which I thought, Grimshaw, which I just wrote down. I don't think that has any significance to anything at all. Of them,
it's just that he's reading a book.
It's just reading a particular book who I recognised.
They put it in there just for you, Dylan.
I'll take it. So then she's like, oh, for fuck's sake. She goes out and she's like trying to... But then, of course, Mad Sweeney turns up. And they start having a conversation. And he's basically like... Well, he's still after his coin, but he's more or less gave up on trying to like either beat it out of her or...
The only way you're going to give me the coin back is if you do what you need to do.
Yeah, so he's like, I'm going to help you get to your husband. Oh, no, I'm going to help you get to someone who can bring you back to life properly.
Yeah.
And he hints at it being Jesus or someone that knows Jesus.
Yeah.
Because he's kind of like, I know a guy, knows a guy, Jesus knows a guy. And she's like, do you really?
He's like, did you just name drop Jesus to someone you know?
He's like, yeah. But his best line is, this times that equals you're a cunt.
I've done the math. This times that equals you're a cunt.
Listen, dead wife, I've done the math. This times that equals you're a cunt. Get in the fucking car. No, I fucking love this guy. I could watch the whole show if it was just him, I think. So they try and steal a taxi, which just so happens to, of course, be the fucking Salim's taxi. Salim's taxi, who's there. And somehow just headed miraculously in that direction because he thinks that's where the fucking jinn's gone, I suppose.
He was driving in the direction of Mecca.
Okay, that makes more... I suppose he's actually got a direction. Weird, because this... I'm going to presume none of this is in the book, obviously.
No, not at all.
Yeah, I was like, this is definitely all made up stuff. Which means, like, half the episode, all the stuff to do with them is just added content. And, like...
Pretty much the whole episode.
Yeah? Well...
Yeah.
So... They agree to have a little team up. So now we've got Team Shadow Wednesday in one car over here, and then we've got Team Dead Wife Leprechaun over here going a different direction. So it's basically like a big road trip TV show now. They actually have they have that shot in like
they cut
a
out
couple
to
minutes,
the map.
The cars on the map, and I was like, oh, that's like an official like road trip looking episode now when they've got like little cars on maps and something like that. Let's back up for a second. So he's looking for the gin. I couldn't figure out if he was just after any gin or looking for the exact same one again. Because I'm like, if you wake up and the guy's just like disappeared, like you're like, oh, I'll find him.
Yeah,
must be the best fucking sex he's ever had in his life. Is I suppose.
See, if I was him, I would have just assumed that he stole all my stuff and flew back to fucking Jordan or wherever he's from, Oman.
Yeah. Yeah, but for some reason he presumes that he's just going to be, like, sitting in a bar somewhere.
Yeah.
Like...
In the direction of Mecca.
Hello. Just waiting for you. Hi. I don't know. Good for him. Good for you, so you're not trying to sell shitty briefcase wares anymore, I suppose. I don't know. Of course, that was another line I wrote down too. She's a leprechaun. That was funny. Shadow and Wednesday on their way have to pull over because it turns into the Evil Dead.
Yeah.
And
Wednesday caresses him.
Yes, very interesting scene where Wednesday's talking about how he has healing touches for many things, including cooling you down, turning you on, turning you off. I can heat you up, heat you down. I can heal you. I can peel you. I can do everything. And then for some reason Shadow only just now is like, hey. By the way, like 5 hours ago, that tree actually cut me, like, quite deep. And I've only just noticed it or felt like mentioning it now for some reason.
Yeah.
Okay. Good job, Shadow. Might want to mention that beforehand.
I could toughen this out.
Yeah.
This tree growing inside me.
He's like, but it's so funny, like, he leans over and he's like trying to pull, he's like, just gotta get it to come out. I'm like, oh, so we're watching fucking Alien now. Good job, everyone. Well, see, this is another scene that I watch and I'm like, is this gonna, like, come back to, like, mean anything? Because it was like a 5-minute scene of them birthing a tree baby. And then the episode just continues off again. And I'm like, what was that scene even about?
The tree starts crawling away or something.
Yeah, it's like still alive.
Slithering away, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, what are you... Okay. Tree baby, nonetheless.
I just got them. All I took away was a Wednesday likes to whisper in his ear.
Yeah, I mean, that's all I thought
baby.
it was.
Shh, baby.
Yeah, I thought that was a very, very, very interesting scene. So, the next scene, also interesting, because IHS not going too well at this gun bullet place. Just cut to a scene where we're introduced to a guy, looks quite happy, going around, shaking everyone's hand. It's a great day to be at work. It leans on one little railing. Off he goes. Straight away. I was like, IHS, safety inspector, anyone, like, this is just fucking unacceptable at all. But it makes more sense. At first I was like, what is this scene about?
Yeah.
Like, why are we watching
it was like so out of left field.
Yeah, it's like...
So happy-go-lucky.
Okay, and it doesn't pay off straight away, because then they cut to the...
Yeah.
They cut after that to Shadow and Wednesday entering the town. And you're like...
Entering Trump's America.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's like, what? Why did that scene? It's not for like another 5 minutes yet until you finally understand that it's like literally like a blood sacrifice into. So what's so we meet Vulcan in this town, right?
Correct.
What's he like? I just wrote down like the god of fucking weapons or some shit.
He's non-existent.
He's non-existent. He's a new guy.
He's a new character.
New character. Yeah, so he must be like the god of weapons.
He's the god of volcanoes.
Yeah, but that doesn't...
So, he explains it all in his spiel later, but he's saying, like, he's joined the new gods and they, like, franchised his worship. And now the power of, like, the volcano and fire is in firearms now. So each time they fire a gun, it's like a prayer to him.
Yeah, that's when it paid off with that bit about the dude, like, literally getting sacrificed into his...
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that makes sense. It's literally a blood sacrifice directly into him. But that scene doesn't make sense for like 10 minutes. You're like, oh, what is it? Oh, I get it. So yeah, so there's some gun nut town.
Yeah, like how they offered it to Wednesday last episode with the Odin satellite to rain fire down. Yeah. So that's his way of franchising his worship and
shit.
stuff.
Yeah. Weird fucking town. This is literally. I was watching this whole fucking scene. I was like, "This is why I'll never go to America. This is why I wouldn't want to go to America. This is everything that scares me about America." Just like people walking down the street with guns and everything like that.
I'm sure it was intentional, but I was getting strong Nazi Germany vibes.
Oh, it did seem very...
Yeah, with the red armbands and the...
yeah, the armbands plus everyone just looking at Shadow in the car like,
Yeah.
black person? Like,
Yeah.
like,
Grandma in the wheelchair pointing a gun at him.
yeah, and then, well, yeah, I didn't see anyone that wasn't white in that whole crowd for a start. Like when they're all gathered there and Vulcan's like giving some speech about whatever, and then they all fire off 1,000,000,001 bullets into the air. The whole time I'm watching going, I would not feel safe there at all. What if someone accidentally just, I just, no. But they were all white people, and they were all, everyone from 5 years old to 70-year-olds. So I'm pretty sure it was just a giant town of Nazi Germany inspired fucking racist gun nuts is what I assume that town was.
Yeah.
At which point I'm like, Wednesday, do you have any morals on people you want to join your team, or no, just anyone? Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Just yes. Although for a second I thought this episode was going to go well, because when he gets out of the car, so they pull up and he's like, you might want to stay here for us. Like what? No, he says like, watch your head or whatever, because the bullets.
He says you want him to take cover.
Yeah, might want to take cover.
Yeah.
And he goes up and starts speaking to Vulcan, and they seem very happy to see each other at first. I was like, oh, this is going well. He's actually we're going to recruit someon without having to play a game of checkers this episode, or something like that. I'm like, what's
the Dylan still doesn't understand.
Well, I was like, maybe he'll be like, Shadow, put an apple on your head, and if I shoot it off, I'll join your team, or something like that. It's going to be a task every time. Yeah, Shadow has to do like Hunger Game task every time to get people to join the escapades of fucking old gods army, whatever you want to call it.
Traveling troop of Wednesday's gods.
Yeah, traveling troop of Wednesday's gods. Yeah, so fucking crazy people town. Never want to go there at all. Don't want to even be close to a town like that ever in my life. Sorry. Just my own personal preference. So, cutting back to the other troop of traveling people. Well, this is the interesting cast that is Deadwife and the rest of them. He falls asleep. What's his fuck? Oh my god! Every fucking episode.
Leprechaun.
What is it? Leprechaun falls asleep.
Sweeney.
Mad Sweeney, Leprechaun, falls asleep in the back seat, and for some reason, after her big spiel about not caring about her family anymore and saying fuck them, she just goes,
going back home.
Just turn the wheel a little bit. We're going to head back to my house, please. And after all her obsession, only 5 minutes before of getting to Shadow ASAP, she can see where he is, because obviously the light and all that stuff. She's just like, no. And I was like, why? Like, you didn't seem that worried. Like, you're like a swinging goals are changing here. So every fucking 5 minutes, she's like steps to something else. Nonetheless, they go to a bar and they sit there and
Sweeney says, no wonder fucking Shadow doesn't want you. You're dead. You kissed him, your tongue was fucking cold and dry and tastes like cigarettes.
He basically says you shouldn't smoke, is more or less what he said. He gave like a 5-minute speech on why he shouldn't smoke while he was smoking. But he was like, I can do what I want. You shouldn't be smoking. You're already dead. Look, you smelled like an ashtray. You could have had a fucking mint. God damn it, that boy. 1 + 1 = you're a cunt. So there was like a no-go scene.
There was also another saying, why do you think men love anal sex? Is because women don't like it, or something like that.
Yeah.
And you coming back trying to get after Shadow is the biggest butt fuck of all. Except for this guy. This guy likes butt fucking.
Yeah. And he looks over and like Salim's sitting there like, how does he know? Like,
yeah.
It's weird. But then the scene ends with her just being like, I quite like butt sex, actually. Good for you. So that's basically that's thing. I mean, later on in the episode, she fucking visits her family, looks in their window all creepily
While Shadow's creeping on her.
While Shadow's creeping on her with powers because you can somehow tap into
That
her.
makes no sense.
Now, I don't really understand how it all works, but I'm presuming it's something to do with that, their connection.
No.
The reason I don't know. Either way, he
lost.
could close his eyes, he could suddenly see what she was doing, and she looks at her family, and then gets back into the car and is like, fuck them, and then they're now driving to Shadow, let's presume, at the end of the episode. But back what Shadow's actually doing with Vulcan and Wednesday is putting up with Vulcan's
Shit.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Just shit, more or less. They invites him into the house. He says, "Hey guys."
Before that,
in.
there's Shadow looking at the tree and the fucking noose.
Oh yeah,
falls down.
the noose falling down from it, and he's like,
"Have you ever seen a man get hung before?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh yeah."
And then, he's like, but then, I think Shadow straight after is like, I want to go soon, or something like that. And then Vulcan's like, no, come inside, it'll be great. And then Wednesday's like, go inside, go inside. And Vulcan's like, have a drink. Pours one for himself, pours one for Wednesday. And then purposely looks at Shadow and goes, you don't get one.
Yeah.
And then
Wednesday goes, oh, my drink that I bought you wasn't good enough.
Yeah, it's like it's all kind of going downhill very fast from when they first showed up, and they seem quite happy to see each other, really. So then they get talking a little bit, and Wednesday more or less eventually decides to try and push for what he wants. He's like, I need you to come join. Do you want to stand by my side as we fucking fuck shit up again? And he's like, Vulcan says,
I was already
yes.
on the bus before you painted it yellow.
Yeah, I was already on the bus before you painted it yellow. And Wednesday's just like, cool.
Yeah.
Do you want to make me a sword? It's like, when he said it, I was like, I didn't actually think he meant like a legit sword. Like,
yeah.
When he's like, I want you to make me a blade that can stand there, blah blah blah. I expected him to come out with a gun or
yeah.
So I thought sword blade just was like a
metaphor.
Metaphor, not actually a blade. But they cut to him actually in his face, and he's formed a giant fuck off
sword,
like a legit fuck off sword. How do you get for that through customs, even if you're pretending to be a senile old man? Oh, I don't know, where did this come from?
Whoops, off you as your head.
I was like, I can't wait for that scene later in the season. But he finishes his sword in record time, really. That's the fastest I've ever seen a sword fucking made. Usually with these things, I believe they leave them to sit for hours and all sorts of shit. But no, he's a
god.
Well,
he can do what he wants.
He's a god, I suppose. Fair enough. How can I argue if he's a god? He gets his sword, and then more or less admits that he's working with the new gods.
Yep.
Says they've helped me. They're on their way. I already called them up. Or they're coming. And Wednesday actually finally does something and proves he's not just a shit talking old guy. Fucking off with Vulcan's head. And not only off with Vulcan's head, but then proceeds to piss into his volcano, which is more or less like pissing into his.
And then Shadow has the biggest reaction I've ever seen. Oh my god, what did you do?
Well, at this stage, would you even be worried? It was like, oh my god, the cops might catch us. You killed a god. No.
He's so fucking... I don't get it.
Who's Shadow?
Yeah, he reacts to the weirdest things.
Yeah, I know.
Seeing
sometimes
the most outrageous stuff.
He'll be fine or whatever, and then he'll be crazy. And it's like last episode where it was like, out of everything, his biggest freak out last episode was the what the fuck you're floating moment.
Yeah.
And then proceeds to just look like the whole time. Like, what the fuck is even going on? So, yeah. I don't think this was a great episode.
No, me
personally.
either.
I think it might actually be my least favourite episode.
Yeah.
Even though it had a great...
I think it was better than the Laura episode.
I think I like the Laura episode more.
No.
I didn't like the Vulcan shit, and it was just like...
Yeah.
Just...
It just felt unnecessary to me.
A lot of it, yeah. It was fine. I mean...
Go there, be my friend.
Kill
My
ya.
friend betrays me. Back to square one.
Yeah. So now what are you doing?
Yeah.
Or was it more important to get the weapon than him? And it didn't even matter.
So you never even get the fucking sword in the book.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, now he's got a big ass fucking sword.
Does it even fit in the car?
I doubt it. That's a big sword. It's not like a little pokey stick. It's fucking legit. And not only is it a legit sword, it's also got like engravings and shit in it. He
Yeah.
somehow managed to do in like the 5 minutes he was in the back room. Like, I just whipped this up.
Here's one I prepared earlier.
Here's one I prepared earlier. So, yeah, overall, probably my least favourite episode, even though it does have one of my favourite lines so far,
Yeah.
which is the I've done the mash.
I don't think
One single
Salim's inclusion either was fucking... That was
Did
too
much?
on the nose. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was
Like,
like...
oh, here's
at-
him showing
at-
up now.
Yeah, it's like out of all the taxi drivers that could
Yeah.
be there, of course it happens to be the taxi guy for a character that we've already met before.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I didn't really need to see more of his story though. Like,
No. That
even-
little vignette was perfect. It didn't need to be expanded on.
no, I don't think so either. So unless they have like plans for that character,
Yeah.
but unless he just tags along until they get a bit further and then kind of just fucks off again, I'll be
Possibly.
like, why was he there? Like, he
Like,
doesn't really...
he probably gets to LA and meets up with Billiquist and goes into fucking vagina space.
Well, we haven't seen her for... We saw her for,
No.
what, 2 episodes in a row?
2
and then haven't
episodes,
seen her
yeah.
since episode 2. So, how many people has she shoved up there now? It's like... It's probably a lot. Probably quite a few, I'd say. Nonetheless.
My prediction is that you're going to be upset next episode.
Why? Why? Who are they going to kill?
No one.
I'm just going to... Well, I don't know what's going to upset me, but... I don't know, you're scaring me. Why would
Tune
you
in
say
next
this?
week for Dylan's tears.
Tune in next week to hear my tears, stuff like this. Thanks for watching Viewing Gods. This was a
Tears and cheers. See you next week.
1+1. Your content. Good wife.